everybody, thank you so much for tuning back into another video here with me. Today's video, if you can tell by the title, is just going to be another basic training experience and just little things that you can expect. I'm gonna kind of make this video a little quick for you. I don't want to drag it onto a 20-30 minute video, so let's see how we do it.
You cannot buy, send me love that you cannot mix. One is the joy that you cannot waste, and the other one price that you cannot fix.
The first thing we're gonna go ahead and talk about today is gonna be the phone use of basic training. I would just go into basic training expecting not to use your phone, because that's the most standard. You're not gonna be able to use it majority of the time. Now, if you watched my previous video, then you did see that I was able to get a phone call at the beginning of basic training when I first got there, and that was able to tell my family members like my address and things like that. So you can kind of expect that initial phone call, but past that I wouldn't expect anything. Now for me, while I was in basic training, our drill sergeants would use like phones as an incentive to be able to do different stuff. So they would be like, hey, the top 5 people on the PT test with the highest scores be able to get a phone call home. Or if we about to take a long ruck march, they say, hey, if you guys don't fall out, you'll get a phone call home. Stuff like that. So they use it as different incentives for us to be able to get stuff done. So that was very nice of them. So I was able to contact home about three or four times throughout the actual 2.5 months that we were at basic training. But like I said, everybody is different, every company is different, so I would just go in there expecting not to use your phones. But honestly, when it comes to your phone, I will say this, even in my experience, I noticed when I did get the option to have my phone back, I wasn't too interested in it. Not that I didn't want to talk to my family, but if we had extra time, because sometimes we'll make a phone call home and then they'll give us like 5 minutes on our phone. I wasn't too interested in going on social media just because I had noticed myself changing so much as a person and hitting this new level of growth. I wasn't the same person as I was when I left. So getting on social media, I realized that a lot of people were like, here we are 2.5 months later and nobody's doing nothing different. Everybody's still the same. So I wasn't too interested in conversating with like people that I used to conversate with, just because I had grew so much as a person. So you may see that in yourself too, and there's nothing wrong with that. It just honestly means you're hitting that next level of your life. So don't feel like, you know, you're acting funny or anything like that. Like, topic on or talk about here is showers and periods. A lot of people tend to worry about showers and periods when it comes to basic training. Now when it comes to showers and periods, you'll have plenty time for your hygiene, and I did also mention this in my tips video, so if you haven't seen that, go check that out as well. But for the showers, every day once you're done with training and stuff, you'll get personal time at the end of the night before it's time to like lights out. So with that personal time, you'll be able to shower. Now your first initial shower may be kind of quick, because our first initial shower, our drill sergeants was like in the shower with us practically yelling. So we like literally took a minute shower, that very first shower. But after that, once we were actually in the routine of basic training and that personal time that we had, it wasn't a limit to the shower like time. But of course I would be considerate, because you're going to be in a bay with 20-30 girls. So don't be the person in there taking a 30-minute shower using up all the hot water. But you do have time to shower, wash your hair. You can take a 5-10 minute shower and be fine. So you do get that time every single night, unless you're in the field. Of course you won't get a time to shower if you're in the field. What I would suggest if you're in the field is taking stuff like baby wipes and little things like that, so you can kind of keep yourself as clean as possible until you get back to the barracks and are able to shower and really take care of your hygiene. As far as periods goes, drill sergeants, they do understand that you're female and you may be on your menstrual cycle at some point. Me personally, for that whole 2.5 months, maybe it was because we were under a lot of stress and things like that, but I didn't get my period. It just left. Like, I had it before I left reception, and then I didn't get it anymore, but I got it back once I went to AIT. So you may not even get your period, but if you do get your period, they are considerate of that to a certain extent. Now, they're not going to really care about your cramping or your back pain, but they are considerate of the fact that, you know, you may have to run to the bathroom and handle yourself. So if you're out in the field, you may have to go to a porta potty. It's kind of nasty, but that's what you may have to do. But, you know, if you're able to go to an actual restroom, what I always would suggest is keep pads or tampons, whatever your preference is. I would say tampons, because who wants to wear a pad while you're doing all this walking and stuff? It's gonna be sliding around. So I would suggest a tampon, but it's your preference, boo. But I would just suggest to keep one in your uniform. What I used to always do, even though I never got my period, what I did was I used to keep in this bottom pocket on your leg, on your OCPs, I would slide 2 tampons in here. And I did that just so if I did start my period, I would have something. Or if my battle buddy started her period and she needed something and didn't have it, I was able to get 1. So I kept 2 just in case. So I put 2 in each uniform. So that's what you can do. Put a pad or tampon in each uniform, just in case you need it. But again, you will have plenty of time to take care of your hygiene. I know it's been instances where I had a battle buddy start their period. It was at the chow hall in formation, and like, you know, she told the drill sergeant, and the drill sergeant was like, you know, grab a battle buddy, and they let her go back to the barracks so she can, you know, get everything situated there. So it's not gonna be like they're just gonna have you bleeding all over yourself, TMI, but you'll have plenty of time, and they're pretty understanding with that. The next thing with what we call fire guard. Fire guarding is when you're going to basically sit at a desk for an hour every night and watch the halls, the bay, make sure nothing goes down, nothing's happening. Now, you yourself won't be doing it every night, but it will happen every night. So you'll rotate through the girls in the bay to basically do the hour every night throughout the night until you guys get up. It's not really bad. It's just the waking up in the middle of the night. It's kind of annoying, just depending. Some people make you put on like your full OCP, and then some people will just have you put on like your PTs with your shoes and sit at the desk. It just depends. But during that time, fire guard, I will always use that to like write my letters. I read my Bible, just write little notes, study different stuff. So that's always something you can do. It's just an hour, and then you're able to go back to bed. So that's something you can kind of expect throughout the night while you're at basic training. MREs, that's the next thing I wanted to talk about. You're going to be able to experience having MREs. Now, those are in the little brown kit. They're meals ready to eat. That's what it stands for. And they're actually not that bad. The first time you may get it, it may be bad, but you'll grow to love them. Like, I swore that I was going to be eating MREs in my civilian life when I got back home. But that died quickly once I got back to real food. But while you're there, it's good as hell. And you'll eat MREs pretty much whenever you can't go to the chow hall or you're out in the field. So kind of just get used to it. Now, I went to basic training in the winter months. So I went January through March is when we graduated. So it was still kind of cold. Now, there's not a lot you're going to be able to do about it being cold. But, you know, they'll give you your PT jackets, which is what I have on now. They'll give you pants, long pants, and then you'll get hat and gloves. As long as everybody has those things, most times they'll allow you guys to wear them. Sometimes they'll say, you know, hey, only jackets and shorts, or you know what I'm saying. But if it's super cold most times and everybody has their stuff, most times they'll allow you to wear it. Now, if one person doesn't have their hat or one person doesn't have their gloves, forget about it. You're not wearing none of that. The only thing I can tell you about the coldness is you're going to have to just embrace the suck. By the time you actually get the exercise and the working out and doing activities, though, you'll probably warm up. So I wouldn't even be too worried about it. You just kind of got to deal with it, because just think of like the bigger picture. Once you're out of basic training, we do actually have stuff in like the actual army. The big army is what we call it. Once you're out of training, that you can wear with your uniform so you won't be cold. They just won't allow you to wear none of that then, because you're training, so you don't have the privilege of having all the warm weather gear that you'll be getting. But you have that to look forward to. Let's see. If you see me looking down, I'm just looking on my iPad. I wrote everything down, trying to make this video as organized as we can. The next thing I would just suggest is definitely always locking your stuff up and being accountable for your own things, your belongings. And that's one thing you're gonna learn quickly, is lock your stuff up. So if you don't know how to use a lock, learn how to use a lock, because you're gonna get a lock and you need to lock your stuff up, whether it's your letters, whether it's your thing with your wardrobe in there. Lock your stuff up, because I remember one time we left our stuff unlocked and our drill sergeants came in and tore our shit up. I mean, it was boots in the ceiling, it was boots hanging off the windows, it was like letters everywhere. Like, just lock your stuff up so you don't have to worry about that. Also, people steal, and at the end of the day, they may be giving you this stuff, but if you lose it, you're gonna have to pay for it. So keep all your stuff so nobody steal, because people be stealing. They lose their hat, they taking your hat. They lose their gloves, they taking your gloves. People steal socks, like people steal underwear. It's nasty. Just lock your stuff up so you don't even have to worry about it. And then lastly but not least, I'm going to be just talking about laundry. Everybody wants to know, what about my laundry? You'll be able to do laundry just like you'll be able to shower, just like you'll be able to do laundry. With us, how it worked was, we had a set of dryers and a set, I was trying to think how much it was, like how many it was, but we had a set of dryers and we had a set of washing machines. Now during that personal time where you're able to shower and do all the other stuff, you're able to wash clothes. You're able to go to the PX at the beginning and get like your laundry detergent and stuff like that, so that way you're able to wash your clothes throughout basic training. Like, you can do that every night if you want to, but yeah, you're able to wash and dry your clothes during a personal time. Outside of that personal time, you won't be able to, but during the personal time, that is when you utilize it to shower, write your letters, wash your clothes. So all of that is really self-explanatory. It's not nothing that, you know, you have to earn to wash your clothes. No, you'll be given a set of washer and dryers for the floor, and you guys are responsible for maintaining those washer and dryers, making sure they're clean, but as well, you're able to wash your stuff. Oh, and I know I said that was the last thing, but I just thought of one more thing. Packages from family in mail time. You are going to be able to get mail from your family. I would definitely suggest, like, to tell my family, especially if you're going through the winter months, seeing those little hand packs that they're like hand warmers that you can put inside your gloves. You are allowed to have those in basic training if somebody sends them to you, just depending on your drill sergeant. Some may be picky, but you are allowed to have them. You can put them in your gloves and like go like this, and they actually keep your hands warm. So that's one of the things. Cough drops, because you can't really have medicine, but cough drops you can have, so family can send those to you. Don't tell your family to send you candy or anything like that, because they're going to take it and probably throw it away or eat it. So don't have your family send you candy, but the family can write you letters and send you different little things to keep with you. So I would definitely tell my family to send me things, like I said, if you're going into the winter, those little hand warmers, or write you letters. Definitely, I would say, if you have friends or family, definitely write letters, like, and definitely try to have them write letters to you, because I know that's one thing that really kept me going throughout basic training, is having that letter and having that mail time and having something for me. Because sometimes it does get lonely, and sometimes, you know, you do miss home. So having a letter, it was kind of like that, oh, they missed me. And I still have all of my letters from everybody who wrote me in basic training, and it's 4 years later, I still have every single letter, because it just means so much to me. But enough rambling. I kept this video under 15 minutes. Period. So I just want to say thank you guys for watching my video. I really hope you guys enjoy it, and if I miss anything that you guys want me to hit on and talk about, be sure to comment down below. I look at my comments, so I'm very active on it to make sure I let you guys know what you want to know, because at the end of the day, these videos are for you, okay? As well as, if you haven't watched my other previous videos, be sure to watch them, and be sure to hit the notification bell, so that way when I post a video, you can get it as soon as it goes up. All right, and thank you so much again for all of the views and everything that you guys have given me so far. I know it may not be a lot compared to other people, but I am grateful, because baby, I be trying. I don't know what I'm doing, but y'all be looking out and give me the views, so I appreciate it. All right, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day.
I'm a player, yeah, it's true, but I changed the game.